What's going on, everybody? Mike on the mic here, and we got to address the elephant in the room right away. Check it out. We got nifty merch, ladies and gentlemen. We have nifty merch. It's on the website. Go to the merch tab on the little drop down. Go there, use code MOTM for 10% off. So thanks for everybody that goes there and for all the support that this page has been getting. And I'm sweating. I'm excited. We got the Q&A video here, so apologize if I'm fixing these because I'm fogging up, I'm sweaty, and I'm excited here. All right, we got a bunch of questions that were sent in. Really excited. Camera keeps focusing because I'm Italian and I'm moving around a lot, so apologies for that as well. But we're gonna get this thing cracking. I wrote everything down. I saw all your questions. So appreciative of all the questions that were sent in. So thank you again to everybody who participated. And I'm really looking forward to this, and maybe some more of these down the pipeline as well. So excuse me, we're going to start this off the bat here with, do you remember your favorite call while doing play-by-play? So it's funny because I've said this a lot to a lot of people that I really don't know what I'm saying most of the time. It sounds crazy, but like, you're so in the zone, and I don't really think of what I'm saying or my calls as I'm doing it, unless it's something really good or really bad. I'm my own biggest critic, so I'm always getting on myself for the bad calls, but I'm also giving myself praise when I think I have a good call as well. But there's two that come to mind really. Well, one specifically was very early on, actually when I was still at Full Sail, calling for the Central Florida Panthers soccer club down there, and there was a really good goal by a guy, and he went right through the legs, and I just said it was a cloudy day, so I do remember saying, on a cloudy day, I can't remember. Nacimiento was the guy's last name. Nacimiento, find some sunlight through the legs, and it just it's one of those things that just came to me, and I was really excited. And I remember my partner and the other guys on the crew that were next to me were like, oh wow, like that was really good, really slick, and I appreciate everybody that was helping me with that. That was incredible. And then there's so many for Rutgers. It would be really tough to pick one, but there's so many, whether it's a Spiro save or a Hilliard goal, or or Osmanic goal, there's been so many, and especially with the behind the scenes videos that are up on the official Mike on the Mic website, as well as the Instagram and TikTok. Seeing those behind the scenes reactions for me are really, really cool to see. How into the game I really am, for not just for me, but I hope the fans as well appreciate that. So the next one I have here is, how did you know you wanted to be a sports broadcaster? So that's another one that I get a lot, and I like the question because I like talking about my story. It's not all glamour, and it's like, oh, I've known this forever, blah blah blah. Like it's not like that. And during COVID, I had lost 2 full-time jobs because of COVID. First one, low man on the totem pole type of thing, and then basically the same for the second one, and sent me really into a deep depression. I was really upset because these were 2 jobs that I really, really enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing both of them, and to be let go from them was really hurtful. And at that point I was I was 26 or so, and I was just tired of going from job to job and losing all these jobs. And I sat down with myself and just had a conversation of like, what do I want to do with my life and my career here? What genuinely makes me happy? Because I was tired of bouncing around, like I said. So I really sat down, self-reflected, and sports was the thing that really makes me the most happy. So I started looking into sports casting, schools, of course, there was some in Connecticut, there was some upstate New York, but I came across Full Sail, and I have nothing but great things and excellent things to say about Full Sail, whether from the program, the school, directly, like everything. It was such a great experience, and I looked into it, sent in a message to get more information about the school, about the program. Someone from admissions had called me the following day. I was on the phone with them for 3 hours, and by the end of the call, I hung up, and I kind of just sat back. I was like, wow, did I just enroll in college? And I did, and I just packed up my Hyundai Santa Fe and moved on down to Florida from Long Island to pursue this career, and I would do it all over again, because it was just an excellent journey at Full Sail. And once I got there and I sat at the desk and I saw the cameras and the lights and all these positive, uplifting people, that's how I knew. I was just like, this is it, this is home. And then doing play-by-play was everything to me. It was so much fun doing it for Rollins College, doing it for the Central Florida Panthers down there as well. I would do it all again. This is just the beginning, and I love where this journey is going. The next question I have here is, what is your dream broadcast sport or team? Well, of course it's hockey. I mean, if it's not apparent with my surroundings and my hat and everything, doing Rutgers, and it was always hockey for me. It was always the dream goal was play-by-play hockey. Not really specific to any team. Of course, just like the players do, I want to make it to the NHL. I want to make it to the NHL someday as a broadcaster for any team in the league. The next one here, I got a couple of these, I gotta say, and these ones are good. I like these. What are some of the challenges you face as a sportscaster? And I think those are so much fun because it's not all about the glitz and the glamour. It's like, okay, what kind of like mess do you go through? And there's so much. Some of those challenges, I think, I know for me, and I've been told a number of times about sometimes of sounding like a homer, and it's for me, this is definitely the biggest challenge for me. That anybody that doesn't know what a homer is the broadcaster sounds like he's very biased towards the team he's calling for, and I am guilty as charged as that of doing that. I am still a fan of the game, and then of course being surrounded by the same team and these guys all the time, all year long, doing home games and stuff. You build that rapport. So for me, the biggest struggle is trying to keep my fandom aside when the broadcast is going on. It is very difficult, something I'm still working on, something I'm probably going to forever work on. There's always stuff that I'm going to be working on, but keeping my fandom kind of on the back burner is by far the biggest challenge for me. This one's another really good one. What do you consider to be the most important qualities of a successful sports broadcaster? And I don't know if I'm the right person to ask that, since I'm still just getting my foot in the door and getting started. But at least for me, number one is passion. You don't want to be over the top, of course, and I'm definitely guilty as charged as that as well. Especially with talking back about hockey, is just being passionate and getting your fandom. But for me, keeping my fandom, trying to keep that away from the broadcast. But if you're passionate about the sport that you're doing play-by-play for, or if you're at the desk and you're doing sports reporting, stuff like that, you're gonna love what you do, and I love what I do, and I'm at such a, I'm still at such a low level, and I'm still growing as a person and as a professional, that I never I've never thought twice about this journey, and I've never second guessed anything because I love what I'm doing. And that's my passion for this. Next one is a really good one. They're all really good ones. Again, thank you for everybody that had sent in videos. And this one, what do you consider your most significant accomplishment so far as a sports broadcaster? I think there's two for my greatest accomplishment or most significant accomplishment thus far in my career. One I would say is getting this gig at Rutgers, and it's not just getting the gig, it was how I got the gig. So I had reached out to Rutgers as like a cold call, really, essentially. Just said, right before their season, 2 years ago, I just finished out my second year with Rutgers as their play-by-play man. And I had reached out, didn't know if they were looking for a play-by-play guy, sent something in, said, hey, here's my name, here's, my demo reel, my resume. If you're looking for somebody for the upcoming season, please let me know, reach out, blah, blah, blah. Within 20 minutes, I got a response to the man himself, the head coach, Joe Dixon, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of him and the rest of the coaching staff for Rutgers, as well as, all the parents that have put so much time into the program. But he responded, said, yeah, we're actually looking to fill that role. Are you around for a call? We talked on the phone, and the biggest thing that resonated with me from that conversation, and I don't think I ever told Joe this, so Joe, if you're listening to this, thank you. He said he's heard of me and he's heard me do games for Team Maryland, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. That was Team Maryland was my first gig. Rutgers is my second, and I'm still there and I'm loving it. But to be told that I was heard doing my job, it sounds silly, but being told like, yeah, we heard you at Team Maryland and you're really good and all this stuff was really, really humbling. And I loved that so much, and I appreciated that so much from Joe, and I still do. And again, if you're listening to this, Joe, thank you for that, and for the 2 years that I've been here, and I'm looking forward to doing some more. And with that also, the other one that I was the significant accomplishment was with Rutgers, and I got to call a game at the American Dream Mall, and that to me is just, that says it all right there. That is so cool. Watching all the stuff to build up to the Stadium Series games between the Devils and Flyers that just happened, and the Rangers and Islanders, and they're at MetLife, which is, right there next door to American Dream Mall, and they're talking about the American Dream Mall and how there's a hockey rink in there and stuff, like the panel that's talking about it. And I, can sit back and be like, what, I called the game there. Which is really, really cool to say that I called a game at the American Dream Mall, which is for me once in a lifetime. It was just incredible. What an experience that was. Beautiful mall in all, and the rink too was just absolutely incredible. So those two things, definitely biggest accomplishments thus far. Definitely more to come. Last question I have. It's a doozy, and I haven't said who sent these in, but this one is from my brother. So thank you, Austin, for sending this one in, because I know him and I have definitely talked about this a lot. Who is your biggest broadcast inspiration? And excuse me, there's two that will always be on my mind, be my inspiration for sure. And I'll go with the hockey one first, because that's the obvious one, but it's Doc Emrick. What is there to even say? He's a legend, and it's terrible that he's stepped away. I hope he is enjoying retirement. So Doc, I hope you're listening to this, because that'd be really cool. So everybody send this to him. That'd be really sweet, right? But he was just so natural, and the words and phrases that he would use that would just sound made up. And I think he's even said that some of them were made up. And it's just like, it doesn't even sound like it was made up. He was just that natural and so smart and articulate, and it sounded like he never used the same adjective twice. And that's something that I am constantly working on. I know I will never get to the level of Doc Emmerich, but to not use the same adjectives twice is extremely difficult sometimes, but he made it seem so natural, and I'm super thankful to have grown up listening to him and hear his passion in the game. It's driven me to bring, try and bring the same level of energy in my broadcast. And the second one has to be Mauro Ranallo, UFC, WWE, MMA broadcaster. For same reason, his energy is, if you guys have ever listened to him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. His energy is through the roof, but he also knows how to, especially with with WWE, the sports entertainment aspect, it's all about delivery and getting the storylines across, and you can be all the way up here, but then how can you deliver something that's a little bit more a somber, or an injury or something like that. And he just was phenomenal with doing that. And another thing about him that I absolutely love and respect is his openness with his mental health. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm the same. I'm a big mental health advocate, especially within men. And Mauro Ranallo is as well, and he talks about it a lot. He has a documentary that's out, but he and many others are definitely an inspiration, and I hope that at some level in my career I can also be a strong advocate for men's mental health as well, like Mauro Ranallo. So thank you, Mauro Ranallo, for being so open with your struggles as well, and being a huge advocate for men's mental health. So that concludes this Q&A with Mike on the Mic. As again, nifty merch coming out. It's out. It's not coming out. It's out. It's on the website. It's live. Go to the official Mike on the Mic website. The link is in the bio. Hit the little tab. Go to merch. Stock up. Use code MOTM for 10% off. Camera is going nuts because I'm moving around like crazy because I'm excited. But thank you for tuning in to this Q&A. If you have any more questions, please, by all means, comment them, message me them, whatever it is, a snail mail, tweet me, whatever it is that you want to do. If you have questions that you would like answered, by all means, I love doing this. Thank you for everybody that sent in questions, and I look forward to doing this again sometime soon. So this has been Mike on the Mic. We'll see you next time.